If reacting to something is your ego and the basic tenet of Buddhism, but understanding this and practicing this is so difficult. Please advise.
Ego, what is ego? Ego is that it is an unwholesome thing. This ego is me, I and mine. So the sooner you give up this, it is with pride, conceit, me, I, mine, selfishness. Ego means all of it. So they are all unwholesome. So it is something you have to give up. When you call it ego, it means me, I, mine, myself, greed, then selfishness, and what else? And fear, doubt, all kinds of things are there with the greed. It is an association of, it is greed really. When you say greed, I think all of it is there. Okay? So now what to do? How to give up greed, hatred, and ignorance. These are the three roots of evil. So when you know that ego is me, I, and mine, it is something that we should get rid of, abandon. Myself, me. There are no such thing as me, I, mine. Because we can always contemplate on it and think, what is me? Now, for instance, we take an example. If there's a sound outside or maybe a sight outside, and then the eye is perfect, then there's a chakku vijnana or eye consciousness, then it must go to the brain, and then there is memory, and then you remember it and recognize it, and you respond to it. So there are so many causes and conditions for this. If there is, for instance, if there is no sound out there, and if you are deaf, and if you are unconscious, and if you are if you don't recognize the sound, if those conditions are there, only you can hear the sound and understand. If any one of the conditions are not there, you can't understand. So, is it due to me or causes and conditions? Ask yourself the question. What is me there? Is it me or causes and conditions? If any one of the causes and conditions are not there, you can't hear it or you can't see it. For instance, if there is no object to see, then you can't see. Then if your eye is not perfect, you can't see. If you are unconscious, you can't see. Then if you are then chakku vijnana or consciousness, then it must go to the brain, and then if you don't recognize it, then also say somebody speaking to you in Greek or some language, then you can't recognize it. All the other things are there, but the language, the sound is not recognized because we don't have that memory. So the memory must be there. So Is it me or causes and conditions? Where is me in this? If any one of the causes and conditions are not there, you don't hear it. Now ask yourself, where is me? Ego, me, I, mine. Ask yourself the question, is it me or causes and conditions? What is me doing there? If any one of the causes and conditions are not there, you can't see it or hear it. So, if the causes and conditions are there, then you hear it. So, what is me doing there? Me has no place. It is due to causes and conditions that things are happening, not due to me. Me is just a conventional term. Okay?
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bhikshuni Mahansa. Can I ask a
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Now there is a situation,
Yeah.
and you are seeing that you are going to react to what is being said.
Right. Mm.
Okay, you can see that your
Mm.
internally you can see that. So if this thought process, if we can intercept and see this is a sound, then I have to have my ear and consciousness, that kind of thinking, is that how you get rid of um, ego, or you stop reacting rather?
When once you understand that there is no me in this,
Yeah.
but causes and conditions,
Yes.
you don't have to react. This is because of causes and conditions. Me is only a conventional term. Me has nothing to do with this. But if there is no sound there, if there is no consciousness, if there is no understanding of this, then nothing will be heard. So we have to understand there is nothing called me, I, and mine. It is due to causes and conditions. That is what the Buddha said. Don't take it as me, I, and mine. Why somebody is scolding you? If there are no one scolding you, will you be angry? No. If you were deaf, will you be angry? If you were unconscious, will you be angry? If you can't understand the language, will you be angry? Then if you that is to say there is no memory, then will you be angry? So there are so many causes for you to get angry. So it is not me, but due to causes and conditions that you get angry. Me is just a conventional term. Me has nothing to do with this. Me is a language convention. You you get angry because of causes anger, and you are not arahant. You have anger in you, so it sparks off the anger. If you are arahant, even if all the causes are there, you won't get angry. So this is a question of your having heard it. Somebody said it. You heard it because you are not deaf. Then you it it went in toward because of your consciousness. It went to the brain. Then you recognize it, and then because you are no arahant, you get angry. If any one of the conditions are not there, if somebody was not scolding, you won't get angry. If you were deaf, you won't get angry. If you are unconscious, you won't get angry. Then if you are an arahant, even if all the others are there, you won't get angry. It is just that you are not an arahant. And all these things the arahant also hears. But he doesn't get angry. That is what the Dhamma tells you. The world is bad. Our sensory system is such that these messages come all the time from the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, touch. But uh, if you know it is due to all these causes and conditions, don't take it as me. Understand that it is due to many causes and conditions, and I am no arahant. That is why I get angry. So it is not the fault of the other person, but it is your problem. You have a ear, you can hear, you have consciousness. All of it is done by you. So if it's arahant, he will also hear all that, but he wouldn't take any notice. So Dhamma tells you, even though you get all these things from the outside, sights, sounds, smells, taste, it is your greed, hatred, and ignorance that reacts. The moment you have no more greed, hatred, and ignorance, you won't react. The sounds will come and hit you and go away. They will boomerang. Nobody is taking it. Nobody is reacting to it. You can hear it, but you don't react to it. So,
Can I ask a question?
yeah.
A question has come from listeners. So, are all activities they happen due to causes and conditions? And also, what is the link between causes and conditions and enlightenment?
In enlightenment, you don't react the way you would normally react. And if you are enlightened, all those things are there. People are scolding, you can hear, you are conscious, you can understand the meaning of it. But he has no greed, hatred, and ignorance. And his reaction is metta, maybe. Metta, karuna, mudita, upekka. Not anger and hatred. So he will just listen to it and not take it upon himself as me, I, and mine. That he and I, this is the problem with the ego, that you take it and you think about it and you talk about it and you keep it in your memory and then you react to it again and again. All those things are done because of your own defilements. If it's the Arahant, you won't take it. He can hear, he can understand, but he has no reaction. He will feel sorry for that person. He has metta, karuna, mudita, upekka. Then he will listen to it and he will not be one bit perturbed or disturbed by what has been said. If you are having greed, hatred, and ignorance, you are the one who is reacting. It is your problem for reacting. So, what the Arahant or what the enlightened person, he will listen to the whole thing and keep quiet. He won't take it, he won't react to it, he will feel sorry for that person and he will not react the way anybody would normally react. So it fizzles off. Nothing. There was a sound and there was scolding. Nobody receives it. Nobody is upset, worried about it. Nobody is reacting about it. So it fizzles off. Okay.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bhishmin Mahansa. I'll move on to the next question. Can you
Yeah.
please explain what is meant by Satima Sampajana?
So sati is mindfulness of the satipatthana. Mindfulness is satipatthana. Sati, that is body contemplation, feeling contemplation, then s- who- the four contemplations, that is mind contemplation and objects of the mind that come to the mind. So these four are the things that come and bug you all the time. If you are not with mindfulness, you react to them. If you are with mindfulness, you know that it is your fault for having heard this. And because you have an ear, you can understand the language, all that. So you also have been a party to it. So because you are having greed, hatred, and ignorance, it is a problem. So you react. If you have no greed, hatred, and ignorance, you will just look nicely and then smile and keep quiet. How do you like that? Somebody,
Fantastic.
huh?
It's fantastic if we can do that.
You have to do that. That's what we are. That's what an arahant means. That's what the Dhamma means. That you don't react to the world. The world is bad anyway. You can't stop the world, but you can stop the reaction to the world. So let the world say and do all kinds of things. So even if you hear it, even if you understand it, even if you are unhappy about it, your reaction is nothing. The only problem is with your reaction, not with the world. How to stop reacting to things of the world? This is what Dhamma tells you. Dhamma tells you people are bad, the world is bad, forever they are bringing us all kinds of complications. But it is your fault for reacting and fighting and responding to those things. So if you respond positively, then nothing is okay. With loving kindness, metta, karuna, mudita, upeksha, that's also one way of reacting. Uh, or if you just take it easy and say some mad fellow is saying something, why should I get upset? Or because I know the language, I get upset. And because I have anger and hatred, I get upset. So it is not only he, I am also doing all kinds of things because I understand the language and I am having greed, hatred, and ignorance, and I am a participant. If you don't participate, he will say something and then go away. You will not react to it, you will not take it, you will just be without, let them say anything, and then you listen nicely. The Buddha says, if somebody is scolding you, listen nicely to all what they are saying. This is mindfulness. Huh? So listen nicely to all what they are saying. Then after that you say, so much of what you say is right, so much of what you say is not right. And that is it. So what? If you have to admit that you have done the wrong thing, that also you must admit. If you have not done the wrong thing, then you can say, this is right, this is not right. But if you have got angry and reacted, then you have to admit that you were angry and reacted to it. Otherwise, why must you worry about people and outside world? So the Buddha says, when people accuse you, listen carefully and then mindfully. And don't take it if it is worthless. If you have to take it, take only that blame that you have, that you are blamable. Then you can say, I'm sorry, I was angry, I did something. That's finished. If you are not blamable, just keep quiet and the problem is his, not mine. Something like that.
Sadhu,
So
sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bikini Master. Is there more?
I don't know whether I have answered you right.
Yes,
Uh,
I think so, Bikini Master.
People say
No,
good
sorry?
things all the time.
Yes.
We don't have to react to those things because people are mad, because people are in distress, because people are in suffering, and because people are hurt, and because people have so much greed, hatred, and ignorance. So they keep on telling you things. But why must you react to those things? So you know that they are having their own problems. So if you have metta, karuna, mudita, upekka, then you can kindly react to them like that. If not, don't take it. Just keep quiet. Let them say whatever they want and you keep quiet. Is that a good way?
Super. Thank you, Bikini Master. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So if people say, come to my room and say things, I'm fortunately deaf also. I don't hear half of it. And then if they say anything to me, it just doesn't touch me. The Buddha says, don't listen to it, don't keep it in your memory, don't talk about it. There are three things. Na abhinanditabba, na abhivaditabba, na ajjosetabba. Na abhinanditabba means don't accept it. Na abhivaditabba means don't talk about it. Na ajjosetabba means don't keep it in your memory. So this is a well tested formula. So either don't take it, or if you have taken it, don't talk about it, and don't keep it in your memory. So the best thing is not to take it. Just let it go. About it. Why did you keep it in your memory? So it is your problem, not their problem. People are like that. Don't take it. Don't talk about it. Don't keep it in your memory. And then the whole problem fizzles off. Let him say whatever he wants, that is it. You have not taken it, you have not talked about it, you have not kept it in your memory. So it boomerangs. Okay?